Aquarius, this is your love and relationship reading for the month of July 2026. Moonlit unity. Use understanding to have greater emotional balance. Okay. Moonlit unity. Does that mean there's some kind of secrets or emotional undercurrents here? This flipped around to the sideways. I'll take it as that. Six of Pentacles showing up for you as, are we being too greedy? Are we giving enough? Or are we giving too much? They, your person, showing up as King of Swords reversed, Hierophant reversed, Queen of Pentacles reversed, Eight of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So I think on this level, Justice reversed at the base. Unfair balance, unfair circumstances. Your person over here is showing me that they have not attended to everything that they were supposed to do on some respect. Queen of Pentacles are financially irresponsible or financially dependent. Eight of Pentacles reversed, they may not be working. King of Swords, they might be rather cold, critical, or judgmental in their energy. What is going on here? Why is this a love relationship reading with someone who is showing up as all of these negative things? Is this your perception of them, or is this how they are from the view of spirit, angels, guides, loved ones, and source the most high? Yes, source sees them this way. Ten of Pentacles. The whole heavenly host is like, yes, they are this way. The world, but they aren't seen that way by the world. They aren't seen that way by the people here in our world. How do they show up? Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Six of Wands. Oh, we should follow them. Their ego is bright and shining, and they are a beacon to all. Ten of Swords, Wheel of Fortune behind it. An abrupt end has been a fortunate turn of events for you, Aquarius, as the mask is revealed and Four of Cups reversed with the Eight of Swords behind it. You've been forced to accept the reality of this situation that you found yourself entrapped in. Six of Swords. You can't escape it just yet. Why? What the fuck is this reading? What is going on? What has Aquarius found themselves in here? Queen of Swords. Your own personal truth is here. You can trust and rely on your judgment and the way that you've seen it. Three of Swords reversed. It's not a triangulation per se. Seven of Wands. It's just they have the high ground. Two of Swords because of a decision that was made. Page of Wands to not say something. Eight of Cups reversed about something that needed to be cleaned up or just straight up walked away from. It was important that you had gotten in your car and left, or take control of a situation, or take the reins in whatever way that makes sense to your circumstances with this person. And you passed up on that opportunity by keeping your mouth shut. And that was actually a complicit decision that was made, that now you're in it for the long haul, or at least for the ride of what's going on. What an unusual start to a love reading, my dear. Let's find out some answers for you. How do they see you? What is their perception of you, Aquarius? This person. Three of Cups reversed. Gossiping, petty, unsupportive. Five of Pentacles, broke, injured, poverty consciousness. Four of Wands reversed, restless. Four of Swords reversed, restless. Four of Wands reversed, homeless, could be. Two of Cups reversed, not a good love match. There's no love here. Full reverse. Not able to take flight or have a new beginning or leave with what is on your back. You're taking things seriously or moving seriously, moving very cautiously here. Did you make some kind of decision that led to you being dependent on them financially? Or unable to move out, unable to break ties? Like you're living on their couch or something like that, or you're just dependent on them for a resource for some reason? Is that what's going on here? Something like that. King of Pentacles. They provided you with instruction and resource. Tower, because of the tower. Your world came crashing down in an instant, and they stepped in with authority to rescue. Knight of Wands, and there was sex involved as well, to some degree. Temperance reverse, extreme ways, unable to transition out of the situation and turn the bad to the good. King of Wands, they relish the opportunity to take control over you. Judgment reverse, they are not spiritually aligned. Sword, Ace of Swords, they had their victory over you. They were able to impart their will. Aquarius, what the fuck is going on here? Three of Wands reverse. They have no expectation for you or for this relationship. So then why did they do this to you? I guess we kind of got that they just enjoy being in control. Six of Swords reversed. They feed off the chaos as well. They find it a comfort or familiarity. I don't think they're very introspective. Knight of Swords, they rush in to help. I'll be the knight in shining armor. Queen of Wands reverse, they're quite insecure. They're a false emperor here, so we have the emperor behind it. Maybe they thought they could almost destiny swap with you, that you might have some level of dignity, self-control, or ability in normal circumstances. And so through a Queen of Wands reverse, they thought that they could use a sexual manipulation to take that into themselves and take advantage of you in a vulnerable state. The Chariot. They were in control. They used their will and power to take control over you when you were in a vulnerable situation behind closed doors without anyone else seeing what was going on. They were the only one that approached you. Things moved quickly. And here we are. I don't even know where to go with this reading from here. What does Aquarius need to do next about this person for their own best interest? What is the suggestion and advice of their guides, angels, and loved ones? High Priestess, follow your gut and your intuition. Move silently. Moon reversed. This is very spiritual and emotional here. Very psychic as well. Move silently. It does not necessarily mean in secrecy. It just means, you know, it's not saying that you're hiding something. You're just not revealing something. Death reversed. No major change, but at least come correct with being honest with yourself. This is where the moon has obfuscated your vision of what's going on. You showed me here right at the beginning, Six of Pentacles. You weren't sure if you were being greedy and taking too much, or if they're taking too much, or what's going on. Is this a proper quid pro quo, or where it's an equal give and take, or is someone being taken advantage of here? You are being taken advantage of here. But because you didn't speak up at the proper time, when the time was like critical, you didn't say something. And I don't know what that was. You kept the peace. Saying something would have created some level of drama, and out of avoidance, now you're here. That is what you need to know. I don't know the details of why that would have happened, but that's what's here. No major change with the Death card reverse. There's something preventing it. Magician, getting everything that you need together. So what is it that Aquarius needs to get? We have Six of Cups. That is someone who is from your past, who has unconditional love for you. That could be a family member or someone from your childhood that is like a childhood friend, or a sibling, especially. Mother energy coming up as well. And the Devil. This is acknowledgement of the ties that you already have, this repeated pattern, any addictions you might have, any transfixations you might have. If you are transfixed on something, it must be acknowledged. Four of Wands. The home where you live. You're fixated on this house, and I think that needs to come up for review with the Nine of Wands. Let down your defenses here. Nine of Swords reversed as well. You may have put a lot of effort into building a home somewhere. Maybe you own a home, or you've already paid rent up on this apartment or house, or this is the home that you love and you really don't want to leave. But now you've invited this person into your home that, yeah, they're paying the bills, King of Pentacles, but they're making your life a living hell. They're extremely cold. They're manipulating you. They're using their power over you. You know, Eight of Pentacles reversed. You haven't really encountered this yet. Hierophant reversed. They're fucking weird as shit. They don't follow normal like rules. And that's me saying that to you, Aquarius. They're weird. Okay, they don't follow the normal societal rules. They're unpredictable. That's really what I want to say about them. They've stolen your peace. All in the guise of like, oh, they need me, I'm helping them, and then it's just drawing you into this trauma bond. Oh, you needed me now. I have control over you. I will have victory. Right? Something along these lines. You may have to abdicate this house, whatever this is, this success, this next level achievement, something that you might have worked very hard to get, and you're very hyper fixated on it. Like, I will not abdicate this, but I do think that that is what's preventing, because right behind it is the Death reversed again. Hope is right behind that. You've got to let down your defenses and move away from this anxiety about losing something and just let it go. Page of Cups reversed. Face the music. This is not going to feel good. Ten of Cups reversed. Full reversed. Four of Pentacles reversed. You got to get for real and be serious about this. Because there was a chance for you to turn them away because your instinct told you. Your intuition told you there was something off about them. But because you didn't want to face your fears of the unknown and say, okay, I'm turning my hand to you, whoever this person is, get out of my face, you're too crazy, even though I don't know how I'm going to make it in my situation, I'll just go ahead and agree to like have sex and let you move in with me, and now you run my whole life. Your intuition was telling you something was off, and you did not say your piece at the time, and now you're caught up. And I feel legally as well, which means that you have to be the one to abdicate your home. You cannot make them leave. This is a tough, tough lesson to learn. What else do I want to ask on your behalf? Anything else that you need to know going forward? A story or thread that might be of use to you. Ten of Wands, a responsibility that you have, that you've held a lot of patience with and been very, have a lot of diligent self-control, determination, and longevity with. Two of Wands reversed and Five of Swords reversed. Whatever work and effort you've put into this, unfortunately, has no future plans, because you do not have what is able, you do not have what it takes. You do not have what it takes. And I do not mean that within you necessarily. I just mean like resources at this time, because we saw with the Magician, you need to have what you need to have to move forward. Forgive yourself for this situation. I'm sure you won't do something like this again. If you look for what there is to learn, you will not repeat this. And this is a difficult lesson to learn. But it's also important that you know, no matter what effort you put into this Four of Wands thing, I do feel like it's a house or something, wherever you live. But yeah, it's like it cannot progress. The plans that you have made involving this thing have to be released, because you don't have what is necessary to progress it. That is what I want to say. Hopefully that makes sense. Have hope. That's exactly the next conversation I wanted to have, is like, have hope and faith in yourself that you will be renewed from this. A lot is being illuminated at this time about what you're really made of, what you're able to survive and transform. This is your card, the highest octave of it, laid bare for yourself to see, to look powerfully in the mirror back at yourself and say, I am. I know who I am. I know what I'm worth. I have a strong and powerful intuition I can rely upon to guide me when anyone else around would say I'm crazy, and it will always hold true. I can trust myself. Page of Cups reversed. No matter what emotional negativity might come my way, or dashed hopes and dreams, or serious matters that come to my attention that can drag me down, or loss of financial gain, King of Cups. This is building your emotional wherewithal. Probably one of the last things that Aquarius in particular, of the 4 pillars, to be gained. So you have come very far here if you're working on this. No matter what happens emotionally, you will be okay. And emotionally coming home to yourself as well. You're not just diminishing it or saying, I feel nothing. This is asking you to deeply feel, as well as take everything that you have available to you in your own hands with the Magician, and taking your life into your own hands with autonomy. The 6 of Cups is saying, awaken to the child within, that vulnerability, that compassion, and the hope of renewal for the future, that unconditional love for self and for other. This person's fucked up, okay? They're beyond help, and I know that you know that by now. But something that can actually help you reclaim your power and authority back in the situation and let you go back to the driver's seat is by simply forgiving them. They know not what they do. That kind of vibe. Like, this person is not worth a second thought by you as far as vindictiveness or revenge. And it's also not worth a second thought as to, did you deserve it? Because ultimately, although you allowed the gate to open for this to come in because you denied your inner word, your inner truth, that was the only thing here that I can see that you did improperly. That was it. And of course, that has everything to do with you, your spiritual growth. This is just an avatar for that. This person is meaningless, really, in the long run. And I do feel with the 7 of Swords continually coming up is that, like, they cannot hurt you once you take this back into your own hands and you leave this thing that you have tied yourself to, that this one last thing you're clutching to. If you allow that to go, they cannot form any sword against you now. This is the only way that they have to control you at this point. Okay. Let me ask for a word of warning. 1818 on the clock. Word of warning here. You're at such a point of growth and transformation. So is there anything that your guides would like to warn you about? 2 of Pentacles, trying to make a deal or a compromise with this person. What do they need to know about that? First of all, not to do it. Ace of Pentacles, you'll end up on the losing side, indebted. Hermit reversed, because there is a lack of knowledge and insight into the inner workings of what they've got going on here. There's something that you will miss outside of your awareness. And it's just important, again, that you go back to your intuition. You cannot use your logic and reasoning here. I'm sure that, like, you might have people around you that are like, you have every right. This is Libra shit, right? When we the thing about astrology is so crazy that as we go through the signs, we transform. And so if you're an Aquarius, you're transforming out of that higher octave of Libra, which is that I deserve this. This is mine by right because it is just and it is fair. And that is justice. And I can call on the legal system to defend me, or I can call on karma to have my back. And that's a Libra matter. As an Aquarius, you have to accept that there are things in your life that are deeply unfair. It is God's justice. But this is an unfair circumstance that you have no recourse. And that is part of the painful truth about it. No, you don't deserve to have your home taken from you or whatever it is that you worked so fucking hard for with these two. But that energy doesn't just dissolve when you walk away from this thing. It's transmuted into something else. You know that. So in terms of this, of trying to make a compromise with this person, it will go nowhere because you're not able to. First of all, this person doesn't operate on rationality. Second of all, fairness in the law is not on your side here. So anyone around you that might be saying like, nah, you should fight it out, you deserve it and stuff, like, oh, trust, I've been there. I've got Aquarius Mercury and that kind of shit has happened in my past as well, where I had every right to be where I was or to win this battle. And yet it was so fucking miserable every step of the way that I may as well just walked away from it right at the beginning. And I still had to walk away from it. And I still didn't get what I deserved. At the end of the day, you have to say what feels best. What honors my inner self, my inner child? What gives me back my autonomy, god damn it? Because we got a life to live right here. The devil is a theft of time. You could spend a year like I did or longer fighting with this person. They will not give up. They are tenacious and they are malignant. They are fucking malignant, man. There's no, you're not going to transform them to the fucking Jedi. They're on the Sith, you know, whatever. Like, they're fucked. Okay. Their soul isn't. I'm sure they have redemption somewhere along the line, but like that, whatever. Okay. That's neither here nor there. What is the word of solace for Aquarius at this time, please? 3 of Wands reversed. You have no need of expectation here any further. 7 of Pentacles reversed. What this all was, and even what you were working towards, was not even worth it. That's the word of solace. Your expectations would have never been met by this thing that you've worked so hard for. This energy needs to be redirected by source to something better for you. There is something better for you beyond this. Because when you reclaim your authority, when you trust your gut, when you say, my intuition told me this person was trash, I commit to trusting my intuition first and foremost above the word of anyone else. My soul and my higher self are the ones that have the final say. I will reclaim my autonomy and I will honor my inner child and my unconditional love for myself. That is what carries this energy into something that is far more productive, not this thing that was a devil tie to begin with. The Star. Trust yourself. Ooh, there's so much healing energy there. You can reimagine yourself again and again and again like no one else can. Trust it. The Falcon. Act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without equivocation. This is not a time for analysis, introspection, or retreat, but a time for action. As you respond to the opportunity that's before you, be willing to adjust your course of action as the need dictates, while at the same time moving steadily towards your goal. You can deal with whatever concerns come up without being distracted by them and without straying from the path that you're on. Enthusiasm, passion, and fluidity. Enthusiastically move towards your autonomy and your child self. What would your child self need out of this situation? Freedom from this person at any cost. There's an opportunity. The second that you commit to breaking this devil tie with this 4 of Wands matter, again, whatever that is for you, you know better than I do. The second that you say, you know what, I give that up, the energy completely flips. Completely flips. Then you're in the driver's seat again with the Chariot. Your angels, guides, and loved ones have a message for you, Aquarius. Remember that it's okay to be happy. Really, it is. Forgive yourself for putting yourself in the situation. It's just another reminder that your happiness is always paramount here. What has your inner voice been asking of you? Listen and act. I'm fucking cheering for you, man. This is killer energy here. I have no doubt and all the faith in you, my dear. 2, 4, 5, 6 on the clock as I say that. This is only a spiral upwards and onwards. Thank you for letting me read for you. If you like that, please like and subscribe. I also have rising sign readings if you want further information about what's going on in your life at this time. There could be more information for you there with your rising sign. Also, I've got pick a card readings. There's a financial 911 that I've just uploaded. Go check that out. Take good care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye.